Hello and welcome to the Toadstead. Well, here we are putting in some more of the foundation beams, posts I guess you'd call them, for Toadstead's cabin. And yeah, well, I'll just tell you what's going on. What we have here are the 8x8s. In a previous video, you saw I got the corners all done, all braced, everything ready to measure. Well, I then went ahead and put a line between the leftmost post you can see and the rightmost post. This is the back of the cabin, and marked them off where I wanted the intermediate posts and started digging the holes. Now, what am I using? I wish I could tell you I'm going out here and renting, a 14, 15-inch auger, and it's taking me 3 minutes to do each hole, but no, that's not the case. I am digging them by hand. And just so you can see, let me go ahead and you can see Miles is checking out, making sure the depth of the holes is exact. I'm going to pick up the tripod here and we'll take a peek down inside this one. Now, you're probably not going to be able to see much because it's the bottom line is they're about 18 to 20 inches in diameter, and they're right at 4 feet deep. This will keep the building department happy. And I think it's a little overkill, but I got such a good deal on these timbers. Let me swing this around. Try not to make you too ill. I'll show you. There's the end of the pile of timbers. Now those timbers are 16 feet long. And I scored these very, very right. Had an 84 lumber that needed to get rid of them. So I was quite happy to help them with their problem. Now, what they do around here, as far as the very small amount of building codes we do have, the bottom line is they want a percentage in the ground on these posts that's pretty high compared to how much is sticking out of the ground. Now, I need to be a minimum of 18 inches off the ground. These things are 4 feet in the ground. So certainly not going to have any problem, as far as I know, at the building department when you've got 2 feet sticking out and 4 feet sticking in. So that shouldn't be a problem at all. Now, again, going back to why I'm digging them by hand, you'll notice there's very little dirt around the holes, with the exception of that one over there that I had to do a little work on once I was done, and there's a little pile of dirt sitting next to it. Well, there's a big reason. I don't want any of this, the tailings of the dirt under the house. There's a slight slope, as you're looking at the screen here, there's a slight slope away from us that's over the course of 30 feet. I'm going to guess it's about 7 inches. And there's a slight slope from your right to left that's maybe 4 or 5 inches. If there's any water running, I want it to just leave. I don't want water puddling under the house. I shouldn't have to say that, but duh. That's the reason being. And if I took all these tailings out and just let them sit there, they would get spread out under here. And I'd rather have the small amount of slope than have little piles everywhere that I would have to, basically knock down and make the slope. And of course, then the ground will get closer to the house. Well, there's a whole lot of reasons. But the biggest reason, let's see if we can get over here without making you ill. Come up a little bit. If you can see off in the distance there, let's see if we can. I am not the greatest camera operator in the world, but I'll try and do the best I can here. You see that dirt? And you can probably see, you might even be able to see one of the flags over there. That is the spot where the toad shed is going to be. I shouldn't even call it that. That's a joke. Some friends of mine are calling everything toad. That's where my shop's going to be. The shop is slated to be 40 feet by 20 feet. And the same slope I just told you about here applies over there. So I need to build up, level the ground over there. Now, we are operating on a shoestring budget, oh my God. So the bottom line is dirt, anywhere from $60 to $100 a load, and then I'd have to, go through all the trouble of leveling it out. Or I can take my dirt that I don't want here in the first place in all 18 holes that I have to do and put it over there. So this is just one of those times where the labor, okay, not something I look forward to, but to be honest, it's not really all that bad. I come out here with, I have a power auger, it's got a 4-inch bit on it, which I used for the fence and some other stuff. I don't have any other bits. It's the only auger I own, and the only reason I got it is I got it real cheap at a yard sale. And I'll dig 4 or 5 holes in a circle, go straight down, goes down to about 2 feet, maybe 2 foot 3 inches. That's as deep as the auger will go. But that loosens up the dirt in most of one of these large holes you see here. Let me get back over onto it. See if I can't do this without making you ill. No, I don't want to make you ill, but anyway, each one of these holes is 3 or 4 auger holes down 2 feet. Pull it out with the set of post hole diggers, and then I dig the rest of it just like any other hole with the post hole diggers. And, you know, I'll work for an hour, take a break, work for an hour, take a break. And if I'm able to work the whole day, which isn't very often, I can usually get 3 or 4 holes done before my back's too tired and all that to quit. So, as this video is being shot, you can see you got 3 lines of 6 for 18 holes. And right now, I've got 10. So, a little over halfway there. And over the course of the next week or so, we'll get the rest of the holes dug. We'll get the dirt over where the leveling is going to go. And when there's more to show you about the building process, we'll bring you back. But in the meantime, just thanks for coming by. And you can see the boss decided to come over. I have been asked a bunch of times to make sure that everybody gets to see. This guy's becoming more of a star than anything else. So, there he is. Hanging out and making sure everything is done correctly in just the way he knows how to do. Alright, y'all. See you next time. Fair winds.